Hello, this is just a quick review for Heavy Duty Challenge on the PS5. Um, this is um, basically it's just like a rock crawling game. If you've ever done any kind of rock crawling on other games, or if you've played Snow Runners or Mud Runners, um, any of the Spin Tire series, but this game it's basically it's that, and it's the proper competition as well. It's like competition rules. I think it's called the European. Oh, I forgot what it's called now, but there's like a proper trophy. It's like a real sport, and apparently there's real tracks. Like the courses that we're doing are the real courses in the actual sport. Um, it's called the Enduro Rally or something like that. The trophy, Europe Enduro Trophy or something like that. I forgot what it's called now, but it's a pro. These are all real licensed vehicles as well, so they're all real counterparts. Like I said, real tracks, real trucks. You can upgrade them, repair them. You can. There's something else. You got a third option there as well. I think you can like basically bodge job it if you're desperate. Um, and you get most of the time you get these kind of choices where you can either go left or you can either go right. It's up to you which way you want to go. The red and green flags, that's the checkpoints or the gates, I think they're called. And then you'll maybe only have 10 in a track, or 6 or 5 or something. There'll never be many. But it's under real competition rules. Like, say at the -3 points because I needed to change direction. So if you put it in reverse, you lose points. So it's all about keeping your forward momentum. I knocked over the gate there, so I was -40. You always want to try and stay in between the gates, and you can't stay still for more than 10 seconds, I think, or 15 seconds it might be. And you get penalised again for staying still too long. I think that's -10 points. So, so you've got to follow the rules of the competition, and plus obviously you're getting timed. And there's an overall like online leaderboard as well, so you can see what everybody else has posted their times and who's at the top of the leaderboard and all the rest of it. So it's like you can see the dirt on the truck as well, because this is like the third track within the one series. So you don't wash your truck or anything, so you're using the same truck, so that means you've got to manage your repairs, you've got to manage your gearbox condition and stuff like that, your tyres and your drivetrain, because in some later footage I wore my drivetrain down, see how it's on 72%, well mine got down to 36 I think, and my truck just cut out and it wouldn't work anymore, and I couldn't cross the finishing line, and I was about 2 meters away from the finishing line. But it's basically just obstacle course, and you're either doing man-made obstacles like that, or you're doing just natural ones like this. But you see how I've got 4 axles? You get 3 axles trucks, and you get 2 axle trucks, and you have to complete each course with each variant of truck. So you have to do the same course like 3 times basically in all the different types of trucks. I think there's only 12 trucks available from the start, so you don't have that many to choose from. But I'm sure they'll patch in a lot more with big DLCs and all that bullshit. But it's like you start off with 12, and like I said, the real life trucks, properly licensed and everything like that. I do like the way the tyres move, and all the undercarriage, like all the leaf suspension, and you see all the drive shafts and all the differentials and everything working. So it's really detailed at that point. The sound's quite good. The ambient sound, you can hear birds and shit like that. Also the truck noises, but the truck does seem a bit drony, if you know what I mean. Like the drone of the engine gets on your nerves a bit. In the music, I turn the music down to 10% because it's like heavy metal music, but you just don't need it. It's like any game like this, you just don't need music. So you turn that down, you get different views. I like this third person view, but you can look inside the cab of the truck. You can either sit in the driver's seat, you can sit in the passenger seat, or you can like sit in the middle. But you don't have a very big field of view, I've found. So it's like as if you've got your nose pressed flat up against the windscreen. But still, I think that's why I like to be in this view, because it's easier to see. You can move the camera around. You do get shit views like where you're going behind some bushes and then all you can see is the bushes. You swing the camera around and it just goes into the graphics. You can't see your truck. So sometimes you need it and sometimes you're better off just driving whatever view you feel comfortable. Also, when you're sitting inside the cab and you're in the inside view like this, you can press L1 and R1 to lean out the windows and have a look at the wheels. But you see here, what I was talking about, 38% on my powertrain. The engine's just cut out, and that was the finish line. And obviously, I'm getting timed. I've got minus 10 points for seeing still too long. And if you look on the right hand side where the N is, that's neutral. Obviously, square on the PlayStation is to go up the gears, and X is to go back down the gears. The 1, 2, 3, 4 above the engine off is the rev counter, and then triangle is all axles, so you can just press triangle and flick through whether you want front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, or if you want all wheel drive. You can lock the diffs and they get like a red line on them. You can like lock the front two axles and you can still have the back free, and then you can lock like the back and still have the front free. So you've got really good options which SnowRunner doesn't offer you in that. SnowRunner gives you the manual gearbox, but this is more like a manual automatic, if that makes sense. It's set out like a sequential gearbox where the gears go up in sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have to go back down 4, 3, 2, 1, neutral, reverse. It's like a rally car. So the setup exactly probably the way they are in real life. I can't see why they would change that. It's obviously these are just the way the trucks are. And there's been a few times where I've got stuck and I thought I could just do with a winch, but obviously you don't get winches in your competitions. But this is one of the hardest levels, I think. You see that shitty yellow arrow at the top? It's hard to read which way it's pointing sometimes. You have to keep lifting the camera up like that so you can see the shape of the arrow. It should have a red dot on the tip or something so you know which way it's pointing, because that looks like it's pointing back the way. But this is one of the beginner levels, and you've just got a free roam map, and you've got 5 gates to manoeuvre and get yourself through. They're scattered all over, and you can go through the gate the wrong direction, and obviously you lose points for reversing. So you need to like make sure you're on the right side of the gate before you try and go through. And it's normally the side with the stickers on is the side that you drive through. If it's just plain, then don't drive through like that. That's the back. You need to go round and in through the front. Because I've seen a few people online making that mistake, going through the gates in the wrong direction. But I think it's only for this beginner level that you get given a free roam map to navigate. I mean, it might be different later on. Also, there isn't that many tracks I've seen. I think there's like because when you click onto the destination, then there's like 3 or 4 tracks within that destination, and there's only I think 4 or 5 destinations, so you haven't got that much to do. So I'm a bit worried that it's not going to take long before you complete it. But like I said at the beginning, you do have to do every single track with each class of vehicle. So you've got to do it with the 2-axle, the 3-axle and the 4-axle. And obviously you buy your trucks out in the 12 that are available, and then you can just do them up and upgrade them with the money that you win, and put it into your tyres and your transmission and shit like that. But if you like rock crawling, then this is definitely the game for you. It's on sale at the moment, $22.50 until the 17th of November, so I would get it now if you're going to get it. So that's it really. So yeah.